Hi friends, it's Jess from early on. Today I'm going to read you one of my favorite winter stories. It's called Frog in Winter. When Frog got up one morning, he realized at once that something was wrong with the world. Something had changed. He went to the window and was astonished to see that everything was completely white. He rushed outside in confusion. There was snow everywhere. It was slippery under his feet. Suddenly he felt himself falling over backwards, down the bank into the river. But the river was frozen, and Frog lay on his back on the cold, hard ice. If there's no water, I won't be able to wash, he thought, shocked. Shivering with cold, he sat on the bank. Duck came gliding toward him on her skates. "Hello, Frog," she said. "Nice weather today. Are you coming skating?" "No, I'm freezing," replied Frog. "But skating is good for you," said Duck. "I'll teach you." So Duck gave Frog her skates and her scarf. As she pushed him, he slid quickly across the ice, but not for long. Soon he fell. "Aren't you enjoying yourself?" said Duck. But Frog was nearly frozen solid, and his teeth were chattering with cold. "You've got a warm, feathery coat." "But I'm just a bare frog," he said. "You're right," said Duck. "You'd better keep my scarf, as I must be on my way." Then Pig appeared, carrying a basket of firewood on his back. "Aren't you freezing, Pig?" asked Frog. "Freezing?" said Pig. "No, I'm enjoying the fresh, healthy air. Winter is the most beautiful season." "You have a nice layer of fat to keep you warm," said Frog. "But what do I have?" "Poor Frog," thought Pig. "I wish I could help him." 1, 2, 1, 2. Hare ran up. He was jogging in the snow. "Hurrah!" he called joyously. "Sport makes you healthy. Hurrah for sport! 3 cheers for sport!" He came to a halt. "Why don't you join in, Frog? It's great fun keeping fit." "I'm freezing," said Frog. You've got nice warm fur, but I have nothing." Sadly, he went home. The next day, his friends invited him to have a snowball fight. But Frog could not share in the fun. "I'm freezing," he murmured. "I'm only a bare frog." And miserably he stumbled home. Look how upset he looks. He sat next to the fire for the rest of the day, dreaming of spring and summer. He burned every last piece of wood. When the fire died, he went outside to gather more logs. But he couldn't find any wood in the snow. He walked and walked until he lost his way. Everything was white. Exhausted, he lay in the snow, a bare frog. And there his friends found him. "I'm freezing," whispered Frog. "Come on," said Hare, and carefully they carried him home and put him to bed. Hare collected wood and lit a fire. Pig cooked a hot, nourishing soup, and Duck cheered Frog up. In the evenings that followed, they all listened to Hare reading wonderful stories about spring and summer, while Pig knitted Frog a warm pullover in 2 colors. Frog enjoyed the attention from his friends. Winter is wonderful when you can spend it in bed. Then the day came when Frog was well enough to get up, without fur, fat, or feathers, but dressed in his new pullover. He took his first steps in the snow. "Well?" asked Hare curiously. "It's good," answered Frog bravely. So the long winter passed. But one morning, when Frog opened his eyes, he noticed at once that something was different. Bright light streamed in the window. Quickly he jumped out of bed and ran outside. The world was bright green, and the sun shone in the sky. "Hooray!" he cried. "It's good to be a frog. How wonderful! I can feel the sun's rays on my bare back." His friends were happy to see Frog so cheerful. "What would we do without Frog?" laughed Hare. "I can't think," said Pig. "No," agreed Duck. "Life just wouldn't be the same without him." The end. Thank you for reading that story with me, friends. I'll see you next time.